Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial. Tuning into this week's review, Power Season 5, Episode 5. Review, recap, let's get into it. So this week, we got Tariq's birthday. It's coming up. And they bringing him back from the school that they shipped him to, so they can have a birthday. Now, keep in mind, Raina that passed away, that got killed last season, she is a twin. Her and Tariq are twins. So it's going to be a little bit bittersweet because you got, on one hand, you have celebrating life of Tariq's birthday, but Raina's no longer here. So Tasha's still feeling the weight of Raina's death on her, and she still feeling like she's dealing with it on her own. She links up with the attorney that she's sleeping with, and they're out with the cakes, and the baker pretty much asks her, are you ordering the same 2 cakes you normally order every year? And then she basically says, no, just one. And he says the same 2 cakes she ordered, and she just stated the 1 cake and the flavor of that cake. Then you have Angela bringing to the attention her boss that Mox and the other guy has the tracking device on Tommy, and they kind of basically initiated without authorization. Now, she doesn't know that her boss is already aware of that, and they pretty much didn't put her to know because they don't trust her. So Angela was like, let's not give up on the Mendez cartel case. Let's build a solid proof case and then still go after them to address them. Her boss, Tamika, doesn't want to do that because she, like, the higher ups already put their foot down. They said, back off. Angela's hardhead, so she like, nah, I still want to go. She telling her back off, and she barked to the black guy that's underneath Angela. He barked to her attention that Angela had him confiscate that cop's information, and she said she want to make sure Angela is not doing nothing shady, and that all that information that was confiscated, it was confiscated for good measure and not really some slick stuff. But we all know she took that information to find out what that lady was investigating, what they was looking for, so she could cover her own self, cover her tracks. Okay, you have that situation going on. You got Teresi and his people not feeling the Tommy situation, felt that Tommy lied, that he handled that situation, but he didn't. So what he did was he pulled Teresi, Tommy, and Teresi's closest boy together. And he told Teresi pretty much, you need to kill one of these people. If you kill your son or you kill your right-hand man, and pretty much choose which one you're going to live with. And because they have been nothing but bad business. So Teresi chose his boy, but he shot, when he went to shoot him, it was nothing there. So it kind of, and then the guy pretty much was like, hey, all right, well, y'all done. You know what I mean? We not supporting y'all. We don't want nothing else to do with Tommy and his product. We're going to keep it moving from here. So Teresi was left with his boy thinking, well, damn, I've been with you all these years. You just met your son, and you chose your son to live on, and you was going to kill me. Teresi pretty much at that point was pretty much saying to him, that's not the case. I knew that the gun was light, so that's why I did that. Or whatever. So he's pretty much saying he has to find some dirt on Tommy. He pretty much found Tommy has been laundering his money through Ghost's club. So he went to Mox and them, pretty much told them that Tommy's laundering his money through Ghost's club. So that's and they was geeked off of that, and they went on and was like, cool, okay, now we got something. Only thing is, he told them that, but where's the proof? So that's going to be interesting. Meanwhile, Angela reached out to Proctor so he could reach out to Tommy, and when Tommy appeared, she pretty much let him know that there was a tracking device on his car the whole time, and that she knew he was at the locations when the Mendez got locked up and all that. So now Tommy's still trying to put pieces together. So Angela pretty much telling him, like, listen, you could drop the dime and you tell us more, the Mendez organization, tell her who the key players are, and we give you immunity. Tommy's hell bent on, I'm not a snitch, I'm not a rat, so don't, put me in that situation. So he shows up to Angela's house, asking Angela that basically we can help each other, but I'm not helping you by snitching. If you want the Menendez, give me the tracker that they put on my car. Give me that tracker, and I'm gonna set it up. So she gave him the tracker, and pretty much we're gonna see where that plays out. You have Ghost, who's still spiraling out of control. He's at first. He's trying to figure out how to get Dre and Councilman Tate out the picture. And so he remembered that there's a clause in Dre's contract that he can't rival with Ghost's company or whatever. So because he rivaled, they pretty much fired him from being the face of their club. So when they did that, Ghost thought that was his way of getting Dre out, because he now going to host the event at his club, but Councilman Tate still wants Dre as the face of his project. Ghost doesn't like that, so instead of him dealing with the matter, he turns to the alcohol again. So he's been spiraling out of control off his square the whole season, drinking alcohol. And Stern is back in the fold because now him and Jamie Ghost pretty much got to work together, because Councilman Tate got him by the balls, and now Dre got Ghost by the balls. So you can see something brewing with Stern and Jamie Ghost having to work together to get Councilman Tate out of the picture. Only thing is, Ghost can't trust Stern either. So, he always been trying to get back at Ghost for when he did with his wife and everything in seasons before. So, Tariq's birthday dinner, Ghost was supposed to go pick up the cake. Ghost didn't go pick up the cake. He's at the event drinking. He made a big scene with Councilman Tate, and the Reverend told him pretty much, you need counseling and you should come talk to me when you ready to or whatever. And now Ghost is spiraling out of control. He drunk. His head's not square. He collared up Councilman Tate. And so that wasn't a good look. And from there, at the dinner where Ghost never showed up to the dinner, they went to look at the cake, and it said "Happy Birthday, Raina" with strawberries around it. So in the beginning, I explained how she went there, and they asked her if she wanted to get the same two cakes, and she said no, just one this year. and the strawberry. And the reason why she said the strawberry one, because her Raina was on her mind. So Raina likes the strawberry cake. So that's why they had Happy Birthday Raina on there instead of Happy Birthday Tariq. So all the while this is going on, Tasha runs out of the room. She's crying in her room or whatever. Tariq comes in, and then Tasha's upset. But she can't hold her shit, so she's upset. And she pretty much tells Tariq not now. So Tariq is feeling some type way, and he said, would you have rather for me to be dead instead of Raina? And she couldn't answer him because the truth of the matter was all the stuff that Tariq was doing, just like everybody that was a fan of the show felt like why Raina had to go, all this stuff Tariq doing, he should have been the one. So yeah, she really felt that he should have been the one, and she just said the best thing he could do right now, because he was basically saying that he should just tell the truth that he was the one who killed Raina's killer or whatever. Because during their dinner for Tariq, the cops came pretty much looking for a search warrant so they could look at her gun, but she had already reported the gun as stolen or whatever. And so the cop that was that was investigating the whole situation, she showed up at the house as well, because she still suspects something fishy and something is going on. So the lawyer was there, the defender, but the lawyer was there to defend her, but he knows something was shady when the day that she came to him and said, I'm going to need you to defend me. And she said, either you going to defend me. He told her, either I'm going to be your lawyer or your lover, but I can't be both. And she said, well, I need you to be my lawyer. So she was ready to admit that she the one that killed Raina's killer or whatever. And so he thinks that St. Patrick, Jamie, is pretty much the main cause of everything. So he's not really looking for her. He thinks she got her way out, but her hands is just as dirty as Ghost's or whatever. So Tariq, of course, you can see he's very spiral out of control because he took her antidepressant pills or whatever. So you can see that part coming. I mean, we done went through a couple seasons, episodes, watching Tariq spiral out of control and go through all these emotional change and all that. Like, that's annoying. People don't want to keep, even though that is a real life matter, kids do stuff like that, but you don't want to keep seeing that. The writing should be better for him than to see him go through this spiral again and go through some depressing things. So meanwhile, he's still keeping contact with Kanan, because Kanan texted him. He's not saying nothing to nobody. Kanan is reaching out to me. So Tommy told Tariq, hey, I got something for you outside the car. He said, you do? So really, he letting Tariq drive his car, and then he had Tariq pull over, and he told Tariq, I knew it was you who tipped Dre off to let him know, because you overheard me telling your dad or whatever. And he basically told him, like, because of that, you almost got me killed, and you got me in a situation. And Tariq is in his mind thinking he has it all figured out, but he doesn't even know. He's nowhere touching the surface. He don't know how deep things are. So they get back. Tariq comes back later on that night. Ghost comes home from the party. He's drunk and he's looking real silly. A sloppy drunk. Ain't nothing worse than a sloppy drunk. So in front of your kid at that. And so he's real sloppy and telling them, we made the funds for your sister's name. And then he said, I got you, son, I got you these shoes. And really at this time, Tariq he's fed up with Ghost. He's not looking up to him. He's not looking at him as his father no more. He's looking at him as, you're the reason for everything. And pretty much Tariq is not taking no accountability. Ghost is not taking no accountability. So he's bucking at his father. Ghost is drunk, so he's looking sloppy, trying to reach out to Tariq. and grab him, but he can't because he's inebriated and he don't have his stuff together. Meanwhile, from there you have Tasha comes in and intervene, tell Ghost pretty much you need to leave. You need to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? And he like, this is my house, but she like, well, it is, but once we leave, you need to go. So Ghost leaves and he shows up at the preacher house who told him you need to come and grieve or whatever. And him and the preacher pretty much is having a grown man conversation saying you need to look in the mirror pretty much. Stop blaming everybody. You need to blame you. Be a better person. And he like, where did this all go wrong at? Or whatever. So then it shows Tariq pretty much getting driven back to school with Kanan. Once again, they showing this little kid, Kanan up to his devious moves. And he's meddling. He's playing all sides of the fence. Basically throwing little shots here, throwing little shots there. And where it's going to allow everybody to play against each other. While he's being the mastermind, he's playing chess, playing everybody against each other. And so throughout this whole episode, you got Kanan, who's been Dre's number 2. He's been having them killing off his men, but he's been making it look like other people is doing it. So this in comes a cameo appearance by Kendrick Lamar. So that was like cool to see Kendrick Lamar in a different character, a different light. He played as a crackhead that was a little psychotic, knew a lot of logic on certain things, but was psychotic and a crackhead at the same time. And he pretty much was setting, because being a crackhead, he in the streets, he knows who's who. He was setting people up for Kanan, and Kanan will come kill him. So he was doing that the whole episode. And then Kanan looked like for a moment, he thought, okay, I done had this dude do all these things, and Kanan looked like he might have was going to kill Kendrick Lamar's character. But then he thought about it and just was like, pretty much sell this gun that I've been using pretty much, and or whatever. And then Kanan said, Kendrick Lamar's crackhead character said something real to Kanan. Basically, you have a problem with communicating with people. You have a problem with keeping friends. Like, you can't like trust nobody, and you pretty much like on your own out here or whatever. And if you are out in following social media, this character, Kanan, kind of reminds you of 50 Cent in real life. And because it really is him, he just living it out on the television screen. And you could tell some of the things, if you've been following social media, is in his character in Kanan. So you like, it's, a surreal type situation with that character. So you see things is brewing. You see things is transpiring. The Mendez brother came at Dre, and he knows his sister runs everything, but he wants to take a hit out on Ghost and Tommy and all them, but he doesn't want his sister to know about it. So Dre looking at that as a win, because now he's getting, Dre is over his head. It took years to build up to become what Ghost was doing. And you gotta have a certain mind frame to do all that and juggle all the parts. And Dre kind of learned on the fly. He's learning on the fly, thinking he got it all mapped up, but he's not strategic enough to handle it all. So he's crumbling, and he's just making one move to the next and just jumping all around, and it's starting to fall apart. And so you can see that whole situation is, he don't got no control of it. So pretty much this is a good episode. A lot of holes were starting to fill, and you see some things brewing. So power picking up. That's it for now. Tune in next week for the review recap. Subscribe and like. Share the video. Bring more people to the channel. Tons of content coming. We just building. Till next time.